town board meeting minutes.
Make a motion that we approve the two town board meetings held on 2/13/2019 and 2/27/2019.
Second. Any board comments or discussions? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Abstract. So make a motion to approve abstract number 10, dated March 6, 2019, and abstract number 11, dated March 13, 2019, as presented.
Second.
Any board comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the 2018 year-end budget modifications. There are a couple of minor changes that I need to talk to Shirley about, but it's all acceptable, so.
Any further board comments or discussion? There being none? I'm sorry?
I was just going to say, we didn't receive this till today.
Right.
So I didn't have an opportunity to fully go through it as well.
We can put it off to the next meeting. I think we can, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll table it till the next meeting, till your
Thank
answers or your questions are answered. We have tonight a special celebration and a special recognition that I'm very proud of. We have with us the Cicero American Legion, and with us tonight is Commander Lyle Porter and Vice Commander Bruce Dower. And would you two gentlemen please come up? And actually, I'm going to ask our Veterans Coordinator, Bill Meyer. Bill, would you come up as well, please? Bill, can you talk to us about the significance of this award? Recognition?
Back on March 15th of 1919, veterans from World War I got together in Paris, France, and started the next chapter in the advocacy for American veterans. That meeting that they started then has now been fast forwarded to 100 years, and now the American Legion of the United States is celebrating their 100th anniversary. So this is a very special time for all the veterans in the country, and especially for us here because we have in Cicero one of the first American Legion posts. They came just a year later. So it's 100 years for American Legion, but soon to be 100 years for the Cicero post.
Yeah, next January.
Yeah, next January. So, Mr. Supervisor?
Thank you very much. We have this recognition, and it says, Certificate of Proclamation naming March 2019 American Legion Centennial Month in the town of Cicero. Whereas the American Legion was founded in March 1919 in Paris, France, by U.S. World War I military personnel stationed there, dedicated to veterans affairs and rehabilitation, national security, Americanism, and children and youth. Whereas there are local posts in all 50 states and approximately 13,000 posts worldwide. And whereas the national membership is about 2 million, and when combined with the American Legion Auxiliary and Sons of the American Legion, membership in what is known as the American Legion family exceeds 3 million. And whereas the American Legion posts annually donate more than 3.7 million hours of volunteer service in their communities, donate more than 80,000 pints of blood to collection centers nationwide, sponsor over 2,500 scouting units, and donate millions of dollars to college scholarships now, therefore, be it resolved that Supervisor Mark Fineski and all members of the Cicero Town Board do hereby proudly declare March 2019 American Legion Centennial Month in the town of Cicero. And that's signed by myself with Vern Conway, Counselor, Dick Cushman, Counselor, Jonathan Karp, Counselor, and Judy Boykin, Counselor. I can't tell you what a debt we have to our veterans and exactly what these men and women have done for this country and for the security and safety of all of us. I am very proud to offer this, and we have a great American Legion in Cicero, one of the best. If you don't believe me, stop in there sometime and meet some of the veterans, some of the best people you'll ever meet. Anyway, congratulations. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Bill, thank you so much.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to schedule a public hearing for Wednesday, March 27th, 2019 at 6:30 to consider lowering the speed limit on Cotnoy Road from Burton Road to the town Clay, approximately quarter-mile east of Lawton Road for the current speed limit of 35 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour.
Installation of the signs. Is that on yours?
Yeah.
Second.
We had, the residents in that area came to us, myself and Chief Snell, and a member of the Sheriff's Department met with residents there. We're very concerned about the speed, so we will have a public hearing to talk about that on the March 27th meeting. I'd like to now conduct a public hearing for the community development. I'm sorry? I beg your pardon?
We gotta vote on Senate.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yep, you're absolutely right. Any further comments on that? No board discussion, there being none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you. Recognition of, actually, public hearing, I'm sorry. I got like 10 things going here. Public hearing on the community development grant. I have proof of publication and posting. Before I open the public hearing, Jody, do you want to talk to us about that grant a little bit, please?
Sure, I just want to let you know that the amended 5-year plan, we added for 2019, the request for the senior center accessibility improvement project. The total for the project is $58,600, and I'm going to let Alex explain the project. She did a tremendous job, very thorough research and whatnot, and put the grant together herself with the help of codes, my park staff, and a number of other individuals here. So, Alex?
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Alex Ryan. I'm the Senior Citizen Program Coordinator at the Senior Center. Our proposal is to make the center more accessible to the seniors of our community by several things, mainly replacing the main entrance exterior door with an automatic door, and also relocating and replacing the interior door with an automatic door, which will then create appropriate space in between the two doors. This portion of the project would also include flooring, lighting, and new double pane glass in the entryway. We're also looking to replace our existing asphalt sidewalks with concrete for ease of access from both of our parking lots across the front of the building, and would include also leveling the sewer caps of the sidewalk and new railings. Lastly, we hope to replace our emergency exit door in the main room with an automatic door for more independent egress in an emergency, and again replacing the asphalt sidewalk with concrete from that door to the driveway. Again, the estimated cost of the project is $58,600. We're asking the town, per the grant, the funding request, to provide 25% of the funds, less $500, which is being sponsored by the Cicero Senior Center itself. So the remainder is approximately $14,150.
How many seniors do we cater to, or do we service out of your building every week?
We have a membership of over 500. We generally see over 100 different seniors throughout the week.
And lowering the water caps and all that and adding guardrails, or handrails rather, should make it much safer, right, for the seniors coming in and out?
Currently the sewers are actually too low, so it makes it difficult to maneuver a wheelchair on the asphalt parking lot, because you're actually like going into a dip. So they would bring the sewer caps up and make it level with the sidewalk. And also the railings don't have kick plates on it, so just in case a wheelchair were to fall off either side, there is a slope on the one side of the sidewalk into the
driveway, so the rail would be on that.
Safety issue as well.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't been there, you should see our senior center. It's one of the best in the state. I'm not just saying that because I'm saying it because it is. And Alex runs a wonderful program. We have proof of publication and posting. I'll now open the public hearing. Anyone who would like to speak for or against approving the submission of the town's application for the 2019 Community Development Block Grant, please come forward now.
You guys just want to say that you're in favor of it?
Oh, I am.
Well, that's good enough for me. Anyone else? Thank you so much. There being none, I will close the public hearing, and I'll move for the adoption of a resolution to approve the submission of the town's application for the 2019 Community Development Block Grant funding through Onondaga County for the Cicero Senior Center Accessibility Improvement Project, as well as amending the 5-year consolidated plan as required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Need a second?
Second.
We've already had some discussion. Anyone else?
I actually have a question on Ms. Reiner and Ms. Rogers. Just out of curiosity, how is it that replacing the asphalt sidewalks with concrete improves accessibility?
They're pretty rough, so
Okay.
if you were actually like pushing a wheelchair, and it can be tough, and you have to also remember that these are generally seniors pushing seniors on the
Okay.
asphalt. It's the, loved ones trying to bring them in.
Well-
So it just makes for a smoother surface.
They're also not wide enough, realistically. They're not
Right.
ADA compliant, both slope, surface, and width. So we want, half of that sidewalk is some concrete. So we want to get rid of all the asphalt in front of the building and make it all concrete sidewalk from parking lot to parking lot.
The reason why I ask, and I'm not an expert, my experience is entirely anecdotal, is that I've noticed that concrete driveways are much slipperier than asphalt driveways. In fact, the roughness that you describe is probably because there's increased traction. I'm not an expert, that's just why I asked.
Well, our parks crew does a tremendous job clearing the snow and keeping it clear of ice. And so we just feel that that is going to give it a better surface for all concerned, not just wheelchairs, but walkers and canes.
No, that makes sense, and again, I'm hardly an expert, I was just
Yeah.
curious. Thank you.
Good comment and question. Any other comments or questions? There being none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any found in accordance with local law 1-2011. A copy of the proposed agreement has been provided to the town board members. The agreement will be effective through 12/31/2019, and services will be billed according to the 2017 rate schedule. This resolution also authorizes the supervisor to execute the agreement.
Second.
Just a little thing about that last year, and thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan, thank you, ladies. Last year, it was really kind of funny. When I got the contract from the county, and our contract last year was about $197,000 the year before. When I got the contract from the county for last year, for 2018, which we did not sign, I read through the contract. It was kind of laborious. And I got to the last page, and our rates jumped by 80%. It was like, whoa, not even a heads up on that. So I contacted the other town supervisors and said, hey, take a look at the contract, take a look at the rate schedule, and what do you guys and ladies see? And they were all pretty much, actually, I think we were rewarded. Ours was like 85%, quite honestly, and the rest were like 80. So anyway, we did not sign it, and we threatened to, or suggested to them that we would do our own sewer maintenance and form our own coalition of towns to handle it. And anyway, that being said, nothing changed last year. So now the contract came in with the same rates as 2017. It could go a little bit higher depending on the number of calls. We could go up to 200,000. But it's a big job maintaining the sewer pipes and maintaining the treatment plants. So that being said, is there any other comments before we approve this? There being none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
The Winter Haven Pump Station. I move for the adoption of a resolution to approve $6,243.75 to Xylem Water Solution USA Inc. for one submersible
Flight pump.
flight pump. A new word. Flight pump for the Winter Haven Pump Station, budget code SS 8120-9 what is that?
204.
Dash,
19.
underline 1997. Sorry, it's a little hard to read.
Second, Steve, my understanding is that pump, it wasn't built, it was installed by the county last year, right?
This Winter Haven is one, it's an older station.
Right.
They're basically replacing it and they're gonna rebuild the other pump. So
Oh,
rather
okay,
than
so
replace
this is-
both of them at once, they both actually need work done.
Okay.
They're gonna put a new pump in and then rehab the other pump.
Okay.
So they'll be able to alternate. It's
Steve,
better than replacing them both at once, because then they tend to both fail at once.
Right.
So-
where is Winter Haven pump station?
States.
we were just there.
Yeah.
I saw it, it's at the end of, what road, Mary Ellen? We were there, yeah. We were driving, it's on the lake. Believe me, it's in Brewerton, it's on the lake, we were just down there and I saw the Winter Haven pump station.
Winter Haven.
But it's in Brewerton.
Okay, thank you. I never heard of that.
Okay, I was hoping Mary remembered. Anyway, that being said, with no further board discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nay?
Aye.
Any abstentions? We pass unanimously, thank you.
Thank you. Consolidated Sewer District Contract Number 3, Oneida Park Sewer Improvements. Move the adoption of a resolution to approve change order number 1 to National Water Main Cleaning Company in the amount of $147,056. The work of this change order includes additional sanitary sewer improvements that include 2,828-IF. Is that what that is? Boy, I love these acronyms. Linear feet of 8-inch cured in-place pipe lining, pre-CCTV inspection, reinstatement of sewer lateral connections, grouting of laterals, and post-CCTV inspection. This work is being completed based upon the Save the Rain grant the town received from Onondaga County.
Second.
Any board discussion? I just want to say again that our goal was to be the leader in Onondaga County in many indices, and here we are again. I had the new Onondaga County Planning Chair, Daniel Wisnowski, in this today to meet with us, and we will, by the end of this year, Steve, 22, 23 million gallons of fresh water taken out of the sanitary sewer system?
Once contract 3 and 4 are completed, yes. Yep.
Yes, and we are by far, according to the county executive, the leader in the county
Yep.
in proactively tackling this. So I'm very happy that this is moving forward. Any other comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you. Highway Garage Project. I move for the adoption of a resolution to approve the following expenses for the Highway Garage Project. $13,695.44 to MRB. $693 to National Grid, $535 to Terracon, $82,610.86 to Lawman Heating and Cooling Incorporated, $26,291.77 to Knapp Electric Incorporated, $131,292.43 to Brosh Mechanical Incorporated, $158,057.20 to Building Innovation Group, and $93,511.25 to Vehicle Service Group for a rotary lift. Board comments? There being none. Don, I'm sorry. Don, the National Grid easement, I know you made some calls, I did too, but the gentleman, one of the owners of the company in Florida, is providing the easement. We need to get the gas line installed, correct?
We'll call him by Friday, but he said it shouldn't be, we just need to have his engineer check it.
Yep.
And, yeah, so we did track him down, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Good deal. Thanks for your help on that. Any other board comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Planning and zoning, move for the adoption of resolution authorizing a maximum payment of $18,000 to AAA Quick Plows and Lawns Incorporated for the 2019 violations for lawn maintenance. This is not a budgeted item. These management charges will be billed to the property owner, including administration fees. If payment is not received, the unpaid is levied into the following year's property tax bill. This is budget code A86644.
Second.
Any board comments? This, what this does is it allows us, when we have scofflaws who do not, who have been served and do not mow their lawns, and I think almost every neighborhood has one, then we do it, and we just put it on their tax bill. Any other comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Vote for the adoption of resolution to approve $8,816.60 for general code for the annual fee for the municipality software maintenance plan, budget code B801048.
Second.
Any board comments? It's an annual fee, it's housekeeping. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you.
Move the adopted resolution to declare the following surplus of no use to the town items to be auctioned at the Onondaga County auction. 37 life jackets, 13 child, 18 child medium, 6 adult, 40 kickboards, 84 dive rings, discs, etc. 8 pairs of TheraBands and 1 2007 Ford Fusion.
Second.
Any board comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. Thank you. That takes us to some discussion items. I'm very pleased to tell you that we have a couple things tonight. The Route 11 sidewalk project. On Route 11 from Bear Road to about 200 feet north of Codnoy Road, you'll notice this past year that we worked with New York State DOT to have sidewalks installed. All of you who attend our meetings or read the minutes are aware that we had a serious safety issue there. And this administration has been all about safety, not only for the residents, but also for the employees of this town. So anyway, the sidewalks went in, and we were a little bit disappointed because they didn't have the money to complete the sidewalk. We wanted the sidewalk to run all the way to Route 31. Well, I talked with State DOT, today's Wednesday, so I think we had a conversation either Friday or Monday. And they have appropriated the money, and you will see those sidewalks completed this year. So we're very proud of the fact that we will keep our residents and the people who work in those stores and patronize those vendors will not have to walk into Route 11. I'm also pleased to tell you that I think National Grid is done now, I think, with the lighting on Route 11. So we put in high-intensity LED lights. Never been there before, but it lights that corridor up to make it more safe and make it safe, period, for all of us. So I'm very happy with that. We also have another sidewalk project that looks like we have part of the funding, looks like we'll have the rest of the funding shortly from the state of New York, but we are going to run sidewalks from Cicero High School. The current sidewalks run along Route 31 east from Route 11 to just before the Cicero High School. Steve Snell, our engineer, has been working with the property owners and with the high school to get the easements we need, but we will be installing sidewalks all the way to Torchwood and Thompson Road. That'll keep the kids out of the road and should make it much safer. We are going to stop about 600 feet west of Thompson Road until the state of New York completes the third turn lane, right? So we don't want to tear up new sidewalks and then have them have to reinstall them. But we should be able to move ahead with that project this summer. Is that correct, Steve?
Correct. Yep.
Good deal. Okay, the other thing we have for you is the Brewerton meeting, the Brewerton revitalization meeting that had been scheduled for March 6th was canceled, as you know, because of the weather. We had may not have been so bad here down here, but up in Brewerton the snow was pretty heavy. So that meeting was rescheduled till March 25th at 6:30 p.m. And the original announcement reads as follows. The town will be hosting a public meeting to review concepts and other information that will identify future improvements in the hamlet of Brewerton. The meeting will be held at the Brewerton Fire Department at 9625 Brewerton Road on Monday, March 25th at 6:30 p.m. This meeting is the next step in the ongoing local waterfront revitalization program planning process for the hamlet. This meeting will review the work thus far completed and present concepts for community projects, including improving trails and connectivity, enhancing streetscapes, and expanding recreation opportunities. These ideas are based on comments provided at the first public meeting and the steering committee. So those of you who have an interest in Brewerton, just so you know, I talked to Kozanowski about that today and how important that Brewerton project is, not only to the town of Cicero, but Brewerton is the gateway to Onondaga County. and they are cognizant of that. So we would like that project to continue moving forward. So please come to that. And then one last announcement, our fire department is going to be on the 22nd, Friday the 22nd at 6 p.m. in Cicero, North Syracuse. And the proceeds benefit our youth programs, our canteen. So please come out for that. It should be a lot of fun. Yeah, March 22nd. Yep. That being said, we'll now move into executive session. Counselor, if you will join us, and we will be reconvening. I'll now make a motion to reconvene.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
John?
All right. Move the adoption of resolution authorizing and approving the settlement of the New York State Supreme Court Tax Certiorari Action Index Number 2014 EF 2868 et al. Entitled Target Number 2295 versus Town of Cicero, Tax Map Number 045.01-01.1 on approximately 18.11 acres of property located at 8061 Brewerton Road, Cicero, reducing the assessment from $9,100,000 to $8,909,600 for the tax years 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018, and to $8,909,600 for all tax years at issue with a full waiver of refunds and interest for tax years 2014 and 2015, and payment of refunds for 2016, 2017, and 2018, in a total amount not to exceed $3,000, subject to final audit and a full waiver of statutory interest by the petitioner for all years, with RPTL 727 applied in accordance with the terms and conditions as stated in the proposed stipulation of settlement, provided and authorizing the supervisor and town attorney to execute any and all documents necessary to complete this matter.
Second. Any board comments or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Passed unanimously. Thank you.
Move the adoption of resolution authorizing and approving the settlement of the New York State Supreme Court Tax Certiorari Action Index Number 2016 EF 3159 et al. Entitled GSAR versus Town of Cicero, Tax Map Number 045.01-01.1 on approximately 2.1 acres of property located at 5958 East Taft Road, Cicero, applying a 50% exemption pursuant to section 420 and
420 and 421.
Sections 420 and 421 of the RPTL for 2019 forward, for as long as the educational services at the property remain constant, with a full waiver of refunds and interest for tax years 2016, 2017, and 2018, applied in accordance with the terms and conditions as stated in the proposed stipulation of settlement, provided and authorizing the supervisor and town attorney to execute any and all documents necessary to complete this matter.
Second.
Any board comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? We pass unanimously. I'm sorry? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes. Councilor Boyke abstained. She's a member of GSAR. Thank you. We'll now open it up to public discussion if anyone would like to approach the bench.
Hello again, Nate Riley, 8890 Honeycomb Path. Potholes seem to be a big concern this time of year, particularly on my road, also on Jerusalem, which is nearby. I've spoken to a number of neighbors who are very concerned about that. I know during the wintertime it's near impossible for them to do much, if anything, that's sustainable about it. I was just raising the concern for the town board, and hopefully we can get something done in terms of the potholes that I'm seeing specifically in my neighborhood on Honeycomb Path.
Yep, no, Nate, we'll address them.
Right now,
Chris?
we can't do anything, all we have is cold patch. We're out there every day, but the cold patch won't stand. The intersection of Honeycomb and Francisca and Snowshoe will be done this year as a major patch.
When does that work typically begin in the spring? Is that
It's probably, that in there, probably gonna be somewhere around May or June.
okay? Thanks so much.
No, and listen, we document those now, right, Chris?
Yes, yeah.
We document the potholes, so
Yes.
Mr. Riley, if you want to give Chris, we'll
Yeah, we've already-
document
we've
that,
already-
we do a follow-up.
We already have them on our schedule.
Okay, all right.
Thanks.
Great, anyone else?
Down Snyder Mud Mill Road. I was just wondering on the dissolving of the equipment from Parks and Rec, do we want to be responsible for giving life jackets back to somebody rather than they should maybe be destroyed?
They're going to auction, they're in good enough shape.
They're certified for still within the time period.
They're type 2 certified life jackets, they're still in good shape. can be used for any learn to swim type program, yes.
I just know that, you know, like car seats, we're finding out you really don't want to buy car seats anymore at a garage sale. Little update on our garage. We made 2 major pours today, both mezzanines, which are areas that are basically a second floor, were poured today. One of them is used for storage. The other mezzanine is where we put all our mechanical equipment. So we'll see a major move now from mechanical and electrical equipment on that mezzanine about a week from now. And the steel installer is now back on the site, and you'll start to see siding going up on the rest of the building that isn't sided. They'll do siding before they do roof. And the reason they do that is because if they do the siding first, they aren't putting the siding up with the roof, rain, snow, whatnot coming off on their head. We still have a number of issues that we're working on. We have some plumbing issues that go back to our site contractor, which we've shared with Mark. That's being worked on. It'll all come out in the wash. It's not going to cost us any money. We are still maintaining the numbers that we've always talked about, and we have some credits that we're waiting for. We found out that, in fact, our architect actually suggested, we've had trouble with, they've had some trouble in the near past with floor coverings. And one of the things that we asked for was epoxy floor in the main truck bays and in the repair bays. They're saying that's now a problem. With only a year going by, they're not recommending that. They're recommending sealer hardener, which is what we used to use at State of New York. So I think that's going to be much wiser, much better for what we're talking about. And we know it's a proven product. We don't need any, look pretty the day we dedicate it and look like crap 6 months later. So they're working on that. So there is still some value engineering things we're looking at to keep the costs down. We know there'll be some changes, but we're trying to make sure those changes are equal to any credits that we might take in a value engineering standpoint.
Thanks. Hey Don, on that, on the concrete pouring, did we advance that
Yes.
pouring of the concrete? I thought that was supposed to be done on Friday.
Yeah.
So they got it done.
And they did, and not only did they do the inside one, they did the outside one. We've heated the outside one. It's got canvas down below it, and it's being heated, so we make sure, not much, because of course, thank God, temperature sucked for the next 2 days.
Right, right.
You know, pity us if we gotta go to the parade on Saturday, because it's gonna be like 37 degrees. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, bundle up for the parade.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Great job. Great job being down there. Okay, anyone else before we close? There being none, I make a motion to close.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.